Hey, what's up guys? I am back and I have a new vehicle that we are going to be reviewing today. We have the Axial SCX24 Base Camp Edition, which as you can see here is just $99 at your local hobby town. The Base Camp Edition I did not see on A-Main, so I'm wondering if it might be a hobby town exclusive. Not sure, but let's get into this and see what all comes in the box. First off, obviously I had to choose the pink. Because, you know, pink.
Pink. I like pink on race cars, so why not pink on ballers?
Figure why not? You know, it's worth a shot. It's pink, it's different, it's bright. You get the truck, which is really cool. True 4-link front and rear design. Really good flexibility, actually. I was impressed at the flex that this has. And tilt-up body is a cool little feature. I like that. It's easy, it's Velcro. It's Velcro on the front and back, so you can actually take the whole body off if you want. It has a 2-cell LiPo that it comes with. Also comes with the charger. It's just an easy plug it in, turn it on, and you're set. The tires are Falcon Wild Peaks that are actually true to scale, even though they are smaller than my thumb. Pretty cool deal. They're very, very squishy. Very, very squishy. Squish, squish, squish. Squish, squish. Like a Krispy Kreme donut. That's the truck. We will have some driving video at the end of this, so you can stick around for that. I do have a couple of thoughts, though, that I do have to say on this. I've driven it already. There's a couple things that are interesting that we're going to need to take care of. So in the box, you get extra drive shafts, which is kind of cool. The outside, so if you split them, you're good. Bind plug, connector guide, the actual instruction booklet, which is in multiple languages, just like typical of anything from Horizon. Whatever you speak, you've got stuff for it. At the very end of the book is your exploded views. So there is your exploded views of the truck. Obviously, everything's very tiny because it is a 24 scale. But here's something that's cool about the Axial that I didn't realize before. It comes with a sticker, and we all know stickers add 5 horsepower. It also comes with this cool Proline booklet that shows you all the different tires you can get for it, and this cool Chevy step-side body, 2-stage foam, aluminum shocks, and even brass weighted wheels, which I will say the fronts probably could use some brass weights in them because it does like to tip backwards. It comes with a charger that is as such that just plugs into your balance port. You do need to have a USB to plug into it or anything that uses a Type-C. It does come with the transmitter just like the Grom has. It is literally identical to the Grom with the same throttle endpoint adjustment. That's 50, 75, 100. Same, everything's identical. It comes with the batteries for it, which is really cool. Like I said, I really like how much flex it has. Kind of cool looking. I mean, it kind of looks like an old school 90s Tundra, even though it's not a licensed body. As you can see, it's kind of a hodgepodge of things, but it reminds me of the 90s Tundras. The only thing that I would say I've noticed is, if you look at here, you're going to need to take some Lexan shears and trim these wheel wells out, front and back, because it does grab. So if these are trimmed just up, I'm going to trim them up just a little bit. And I'm probably going to take this whole corner off right here. And then you actually, believe it or not, if you look here, need to trim the bumper. Notice the bumper is right in the way of that tire. So we're going to trim the corners off the bumper and we're going to see how it performs then. So I'm going to show you a couple of videos with it before and after. Alright, so I've got this little mini crawler course set up here on a folding table. This is made out of sound insulation foam and some random rocks I found laying around. So we're going to see how it does here with the factory setup. It does pretty good because that's about a 4-inch climb that it just did like it was nothing. Now, I will say that one thing that has me a little bit concerned, the battery charger that it comes with is the same, at least it looks like it's the same battery charger as what came with the Grom that caught fire. I'm a little concerned about that. I really don't want to catch fire to another battery. We'll find out. I'm going to keep a very close eye on this one. Kind of looks like it's the same one, except for it has a balance lead coming out of it and not the tiny little XT30 or whatever it is that comes on the chrome. So that's the only thing that I'm a little concerned about with that. We'll keep an eye on it, like I said. But first, while that's doing that, which is right there within my line of sight, about 5 feet away, we're going to go ahead and trim this body up, and you're going to see exactly how I'm going to trim it here. Alright, so like I said, we're going to trim this body. We're going to just trim out these a little bit here just to make some room. So first thing you're going to need is this pair of curved Lexan shears. And then we're just going to grab it here in the bottom, and we're going to curve it up right by the edge of that Axial logo. And we're going to take off about 1/16 of an inch. We're going to try to do that the whole way around the wheel well. I'm actually going to curve the back of it too, so that it's not such a sharp point, because I don't like the sharp points. So there's our rear trim. So you can see there, the rear is trimmed on both sides. Now I'm going to trim the front. Now the front has a lot of area that it's going to grab. So we're going to take this up. We're going to trim a little bit around here because it didn't seem to grab as bad right here. But it did grab the front a lot. So we're actually going to bring that front around to the front bumper. So we went from this to this. More like what your typical Toyota rock bouncer would look like. So that's what we're going to do on both sides. That should alleviate a lot of the problems that we've had with the way that this was grappling. Or with the way the tires were grappling on this. There we go. Now we got both sides of our body totally trimmed to where we can get that taken care of. Now, the last thing we have to do is trim the bumper. This bumper. So as I said, when you're turned like that, it's grabbing the inside. When you turn it the way like this, it's fine. But when you turn like this, it's grabbing. So we need to take off that much of the bumper. The easiest way to do that is to tell where you're at. You realize that it's basically right here, right at that first line right there. And this is rather soft, so we're just going to do that. And we're actually going to trim the back of this as well. Because like I said, I don't want those sharp corners. We're going to do that on both sides. We're going to go ahead and take it right at that first line there on the bumper. There's how much we trimmed off. Alright, so I actually just noticed that the rear grabs too, so we're going to actually trim this off a little bit as well. This bumper is just far too long here. So now we got our rear bumper trimmed as well, and as you can see, we can full flex without hitting the bumper now. So front and rear is taken care of. We get a lot more flexibility out of it now. Let's go ahead and put our body back on, mount on the tailgate on the back here. So now it looks more like your typical Toyota rock bouncer with the snipped front bumper and the snipped rear bumper. And as you can see, we're actually clearancing out without rubbing here. And on the front, we're clearancing out without rubbing the bumper. We still got a little bit of trimming to do there. So that's why we put it back on and check, because we want to make sure that we're not getting that. Now, we're clear. Clear on both sides. Alright, that's what we like to see. So now, once the battery's charged, we're going to take this back to the course. We're going to see how much better it does. But as you can see, it has a lot more clearance now. It's actually set up more like a rock crawler would be, with the narrow rock guard front bumper, which is pretty cool. I do like how this has actual tiny pumpkins. That is a really cool feature. It's a pretty awesome little truck. The one thing that I thought was a little odd is this. If you're into music at all, you'll know that this is just a basic cable tie for like an audio cable. So I thought that was interesting. But it does have these teeny tiny little motors in here, speed controller receiver combo, and a tiny little servo. It's a very simple truck, very cool little truck. I highly recommend one, even with the little body trimming that you gotta do out of the box. They are still a lot of fun. So definitely pick you up one of these today. So like I said, I highly recommend this truck. It is really good for the price. For $100, it is formidable. It's super easy to make a tabletop crawler course that does everything you need it to do and takes up a tiny bit of space. That's a 6-foot table, so it's just here in the back of the room. My wife loves this, my kids love this, even my mom loves this. I highly recommend this for anyone for Christmas. Get one for everybody and have crawler comps in your basement or your back room or your front room, or find some sticks and build you a little stick course and do some stuff there. Because I'm going to be doing an actual crawler course in this house for this truck, because my wife's been wanting an indoor crawler course for quite a while. This is the perfect truck for it. For $100, I don't think there's anything out there that's better. Maybe the Element 24 scale. I have yet to review it. I plan on reviewing it. Maybe before Christmas, maybe not. I've got some other things up my sleeve for before Christmas. One of which is a race vehicle, which I believe you're going to actually like. And it's going to be a surprise, but you're going to like it. Cool little truck. Definitely worth the money. As you can see, I've got my body painted. We are 2 days away from our first race night. So, no. We are 1 day away from our first race night. It is tomorrow night. So I'll be running that tomorrow night. My dad will be running the short course truck tomorrow night. We'll catch you in the next one. I do have the upgrade parts for the Kyosho and the MT-12. So those videos are coming. As always, we've got new videos every Friday. They will be going up every Friday from here on out. So if there's anything that you would like to see, anything in particular you'd like to get a review on, let me know in the comments below. I know I've mentioned for next spring a couple of monster trucks that are 10 scale, the Nitro Kyosho and the MT-10. So if you're interested in seeing those, let me know. Just like on the other monster trucks I did, those ones, it'll be something that is both how does it do on track, how durable is it, who's it for. Those are both faster, more advanced ones, obviously with the Nitro and a brushless MT-10. I'd like to give you guys a different perspective than just a normal basher, since I am primarily a racer who just happens to be getting a couple of basher items and seeing how they do, coming from a racer's perspective. I know the Mad Van is one that, as much as I hate to admit it, kind of turned me into a basher fan. The Mad Van is an absolute blast. So look forward to showing you guys what we're doing to that, what upgrades we got for that, as well as the MT-12. So we will see you guys next week with one of those two. Which one will it be? Find out next Friday at 7 a.m. or anytime you want to watch, because this is YouTube right here on Combustion RC.